Ri- I'll go first. Richard, what's been like with all the scrutiny with Coach Smart? Obviously, you played the position he played in college. He talks about you quite a bit.
Right. It's been definitely a learning experience. Something that I every day look forward to getting hard coaching, man. Coming in here, developing my mind and my body, and just hearing feedback from Coach Smart. Positive or negative, it's always something I can learn from. I can't sit here and be mad about it, nothing like that. I really haven't heard much. I haven't read much or nothing like that. But from what I did see or whatnot, it's coaching. I'd probably be mad if he wasn't coaching me, hard and stuff like that. So it's just, it's a learning experience. I love it. Every day I come in here, hard work, me and the team. The team comes in here down or something like that. I try to pick them up at the same time, and all us, get together and ride.
Do you view his comments about your progress publicly to the media as kind of like tough love?
Oh yeah, definitely. Tough love or not, it's coaching. It's something that I have to be open to, and my teammates certainly, all us get that same type of love from Coach Smart, and that's something, that you guys obviously know that it's something that's gonna happen,
Is that something you hear about at class or something people ask you about, man, Richard, what's he talking about? Do you ever get that a lot from
Oh yeah,
folks?
Definitely, a lot of my peers and things like that ask me questions about it. Every day we just come in here working. All I can do is just set my face, toward the big deal, being disciplined, staying in where I need to be, and just keeping it moving.
Do you view yourself as kind of a risk taker a little bit back there, as it seems to be the intimation you make?
Risk taker, no. I see myself gambling at times. That right there is just something that I have to, work on, and that's all the part of the learning process. It's something that I can, focus on every day, slowing my pace down in practice, getting my mind, getting mental reps, standing on the sideline, watching others go. That's something that just, keep me going, and just every day just, finding one thing that I can work on to help, the team in the big picture.
It seems like at this level, coaches publicly criticize players unless the players definitely in their plans that they're trying to say something. Is that did people tell you that?
I definitely heard that. Just hearing his feedback is just something I have to take. I love it. I love hearing feedback from him. If I couldn't take it, I wouldn't be here. Everybody at this level, it's a job. Me doing my job is just something that the team needs to, at the end result, make a big picture. And I'm just a small piece of this big puzzle. And Coach Smart focusing, taking the time out for me. That I feel like that's a sign of showing that he really, cares. That
Did Kirby or Mel or anybody pull you aside and say, hey, this is why, we see you as a key guy. That's why we're taking the time to coach you up, whether it's behind the scenes or publicly?
I mean, I think that's what, everybody on the team, just hearing feedback is something that you're going to get. And I hear that from, everyone, even my teammates, all of us is standing together, correcting each other, because that we only can get better, because maybe I won't listen to the coach, maybe I listen to my teammates more, just something like that. But all of that is just helping the team get better.
How prepared were you for that coming out of high school? Because in high school, everybody's telling you how good you are and how good you're going to be. And once you get here, all that's over. And coach was like you're saying, the same way they start getting on you.
Oh yeah. Like how you said, it was just a part of a process, that I've been going through since I was basically in the 9th grade.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a shock or nothing like that to me coming in here and getting hard coaching, because it's something I was used to back at home, but it's just certain things that I need to tweak and get into it so we get in the right mode of football.
Who used to get on you back at home, back playing at Liberty County? Who would ride you?
Definitely Coach Seals, my defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Great guy.
You guys, a couple men down right now in the secondary. It sounds like we heard about Tyreek today, and I guess Mark Webb's has been battling something a little bit. What's that looking like back there, the mixing and matching? And
I really haven't heard about, the injury report. I think Coach is coming tomorrow to talk about that, but as far as that, there's a lot of guys, shifting in the secondary, moving. That's how you get better. Everybody knowing the spots, just in case during the season something do happen. Everybody's prepared to play play different positions. Everybody's just not one-dimensional type of players back there in that D.
Richard, you got a little bit of a piece of playing time last year, early in the season, late in the season.
Right.
How excited are you to kind of,
to be in a situation right now where you can kind of be the guy where you can play, 50, 60, 70 snaps a game like you are used to doing for a long time.
Right. Just getting that taste of last year was just something that I can, build upon because I have high expectations for my team and also for myself. So getting those early snaps in is just like, wow, this is what really the game is like. This is how serious and this is how fast the game is. And I think Coach will put me in there then, throw me in that fire early, let me know that this is everything that I need to do to go through it. And, now 67 plays won't be, as mentally or physically tough on my body or my mind because I know, what they expect now.
Coach talks about that he wants it to be a process for you. How hard is it to follow the process and still be the type of playmaker that you like to be?
I don't see it hard at all. I see it as, like you said, a process. Everything starts from a foundation. Everything starts from the bottom up. Just making sure that I do what I need to do. And Coach Smart taking the time out, making sure I don't skip any of them steps in that process. Because to get to the top, you got to go through the bottom. You got to start from that bottom. And I still see myself as a work in progress, just like I hope everybody else on the team does, because it's always somewhere that we can get better. And I think, just building is something I can, keep working on and learning.
Do you learn from or take stock from what happened in the 2nd and 26, the breakdown there? Is that something that's real easy to happen to a safety to get looked off if you don't follow your?
Oh yeah, definitely. You playing your position, knowing what you got to do. You carrying your weight on the team. Just like how you guys have a weight to carry in the workforce. Is something that you have to go through, and if you don't, in like the real world, you're gonna get fired, and here you're gonna get beat. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's just really like something I got to focus on so I can make sure I keep my job.
Richard, does the playing time you got last year, serve as a confidence booster for you now? Like, so when you're getting feedback from Coach Smart, can you look back at those times last year and say, there is something he sees in you?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I see that early playing time is something that's something I really, I appreciate now coming into my second year because it's just not like I'm being thrown in the fire, like practice scrimmages is way different than playing in front of 93,000 people. So I see that as being in Notre Dame playing, being on the road playing, and that I take that as a real good fit for my learning.
Jason Stanley has a reputation for, like, once he gets his hands on you, you can't get away as a downfield blocker. Have you seen evidence of that? Have you been victim of that?
No, Jason is definitely a great downfield receiver and downfield blocker. Just like everybody in that receiving room, if they get their hands on you downfield, it's very hard to get off. Those guys got big, strong hands. And that wide receiver core is amazing.
How do you think your approach was from like January to March versus from May to August? Did you change anything up with your what you needed to do?
Definitely, I did. Just as far as my my mental state, eating habits changed differently. Started eating more. Getting on, lifting more weight, trying to get bulked up, for the season, things like that. And I definitely changed as far as my mental and approaching the game. As before, I just always focused on myself and that what can this safety do? What do this safety have to do other than just sitting there learning, learning the whole defense as a whole, just in case I needed to be there or something like that. So that really did, made a big difference in what I do.
Richard, where would you rank on the speed chart here? Who's
Speed?
Who's faster than you on this football team?
Oh man, these guys blazing.
Who are some guys?
I never was like no 10-5, 10-3 type of guy. I think I got football speed, but it's a bunch of guys on this team, that's flying like that.
Going back to earlier about Coach Smart kind of coaching you up, and he's talked about your emotion and stuff and the home and in. I mean, I know that you're the type of guy that's always got the energy and always trying to keep people up. How do you work to bring that back into how he wants it?
That's a great question, man. I see that as, me focusing on that, on what I need to do, and me being criticized or whatnot, not messing up my attitude towards the game, not being down on myself, not forgetting busting the next play or something like that. I see that as positive criticism, and I just take it, you know, with a grain of salt and keep it moving.